not getting your cybersecurity systems right can impact not just your technology, but also society as well. I'm Yvette Essen for CyberCube, and I'm joined by Darren Thomson, the Chief Technology Officer and Vice President for the EMEA region for Symantec. Now, Darren's been the keynote speaker this afternoon at CyberCube's conference here. Now, at this Foresight conference, you have brought up a number of issues, but can you perhaps highlight some of the key themes of your session?
Yeah, so in my keynote, I tried to get the audience to think a little bit differently about security. And what I put forward to the audience was that in the past, security has become more and more important to us in business. There are big ramifications to us not doing security correctly, and they would result in data loss, for example, for a business, or perhaps downtime. As we move to the future and we see all kinds of vertical markets digitizing themselves, connecting themselves to their user population via the internet, and as things become hyperconnected, the implications of not getting security and privacy correct have much bigger ramifications than they have in the past. They're going to be societally impactful rather than just technically impactful. So if you think about something like a smart city, for example, or an automated railway service or driverless vehicle network, the implications of those things not being available to people, the implications of there being a critical failure during the operation of those kinds of things, at the worst extreme could even put lives at risk. So in the security profession, we're thinking very long and hard about new approaches to security that are going to be required to keep up with this pace of change and to keep society safe.
Let's talk about those approaches, therefore. How are solutions in security having to change to keep up with digitization?
Well, much of security to this point has really required or benefited from what I call the benefit of the retrofit. So we design unsecure systems, we wait for something bad to happen, and then we patch those systems. And pretty much all of the security software companies out there, including Symantec, built a business over the last 20 years on that premise. Well, as we move towards societally impactful technology, waiting for something bad to happen and then correcting it is no longer going to be an option. So we've got to think very proactively about risk management. We've got to think about the predicted risks, the most likely risks in the future. If you like, we've got to create a crystal ball that allows us to predict the likely risks and mitigate those before they happen. So that requires essentially a much better use of data and analytics. We need to leverage data to the maximum. We need to then create analytics from that data that allow us to start to make those predictions.
I'm intrigued by this crystal ball of yours. What are your predictions for the future of cybersecurity?
Well, I think first of all, people are going to start gravitating towards global platforms for security. Right now, the security software industry is very fragmented. If I talk to my security officer customers, they'll tell me they've got 50 or 60 security tools that they're relying on right now. And those tools have come along organically over the years, and they're each doing their own piece of the puzzle. That's not going to be acceptable in the future. We in the same way that we rely on platforms for other parts of our technology, whether that be CRM or something like that, I think security is going to need to go that way. Secondly, again, the use of data and analytics is going to become critical. So we hear a lot in the industry now about artificial intelligence and machine learning, for example. Those are things that are going to play an absolutely pivotal role in the way that people secure themselves in the future. Really good example of that is CyberCube. So CyberCube, it works on this premise. The idea is that CyberCube can help their insurance company customers predict risk in a way and underwrite value based on data and analytics. So this is actually a very early use case of what I'm predicting for the future.
Darren, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
For CyberCube Analytics, I'm Yvette Essen at the CyberCube Foresight Conference in London.